y'all. We're doing the study guide for chapter 4 today, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Number 1 says y equals 2x plus 8. So in order to solve this, we're going to put numbers in for x, and then we'll get our y values after we complete the function. So remember I said to write 4 numbers. You can make these numbers up, but I would keep them as close to 0 as possible to make it easier on yourself. So you can pick -1, 0, 1, and 2, or you may want to put -2, -1, 0, and +1. Okay, so when you do that, you want to multiply your +2 times -1 and then add 8 to it. 2 times -1 gives you -2, and -2 plus 8 gives me +6. So my x and my y values are -1, +6. 2 times 0, we're going to plug x in for 0 in for x. And 2 times 0 is 0, plus 8 is 8. So my x value is 0, and my y value is +8. 2 times, I'm going to put +1 in for x, and then add 8. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 8 gives me 10. So when x is 1, y is +10. And 2 times +2 plus 8, 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 plus 8 gives me 12. So when x is 2, y is 12. And then we want to graph these on our number line. So in order to do that, and the way I would show that on the graph is counting by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, -2, -4, -6, and -8, +2, +4, +6, +8, +10, and -2, -4, -6, -8, and -10. Okay, so in order to plot these points on this graph, you want to go over to -1 up to +6. -1 is going to be in between 0 and -2, so you want to go over to -1 up to +6 and put a point. Over to 0 up to 8 and put a point. That's where it crosses our y-axis. Over to 1 up to +10, put a dot. And then our last one is over to 2 up to 12. You just want to put a dot where you would think it would be about. Okay, so, and there is our line. Oops. There we go. Okay. All right, it says write the letter for the correct answer in the blank at the right of each question. So what is f of 3 if f of x equals -4 times x plus 1? So all we need to do is put that 3 in for x to find our answer. So we say -4 times +3 plus 1. -4 times 3 gives us -12. And -12 plus 1 gives us -11. And I'm not sure why, but our answer is not here on this graph, or on this, but I think one of these is missing. I think our G is missing, and that actually is our correct answer. Okay, so our answer is G, which is -11. Okay. Which table represents a non-linear function? Okay, so we need to see what we are doing on each end. So here we are adding 1, and adding 1. And on this side we are adding 2, adding 2, adding 2. Okay, here we are adding 4, adding 4, adding 4. Here we are subtracting 2, subtracting 2, subtracting 2. And here we are adding 5, adding 5, and adding 5. And here we are adding 2, adding 4, adding 8. Okay, and we can already see that with all of these, we are adding 2 on the y-axis and we're adding 1 on the x-axis. We're subtracting 2 on the y-axis, and we are adding 4 on the x-axis. We are adding different numbers here on the y-axis. So already we can tell that C is our non-linear function because we are not adding or subtracting the same number each time. Just to make sure we can do D as well, we are subtracting 2, subtracting 2, and subtracting 2. And here we are adding 4, and adding 4. So our answer is C. Okay, number 4, it says which function is graphed at the right. So wherever it crosses the y-axis, that is going to mean my positive or negative in y equals mx plus b. Wherever it crosses the y-axis, that is the b. So it crosses at positive 2. All of these say positive 2, so that didn't narrow it down for us. Then we need to find our slope. Our slope is how many we go up versus how many we go over. So we rise up 1 and we run 2. So positive 1 over positive 2. That is our slope. So F fits that. Our slope is rise over run. So rise 1, run 2. So 1 over 2 is our slope, and positive 2 is our y-intercept. So our answer for number 4 is F. Number 5 says, which function makes the function table at the right? I think it meant which function makes the function table at the right correct. But we can, whenever we put in our negative 2 for x, we want to get f of x. So negative 2 plus 3, we want to see if that gives us 0. Negative 2 plus 3 gives us 1, and that is not 0. So A is not correct. 2 times positive 1 gives us 3. That is correct. 4 times positive 1 minus 1. 4 times 1 minus 1 gives us 3. That works out. And 1 plus 2, nope, 1 plus 1, sorry. 1 plus 1 gives us 2, so D is not correct. Okay, so let's go back. And let's look at B and C again. Okay. All right, so let's try B with all of these. 2 times negative 2. 2 times negative 2 gives me negative 4. So that does not work for this first one, so B is not correct. So let's make sure C works with all of them. 4 times negative 2 minus 1. 4 times negative 2 gives me negative 2, and negative 2 minus 1 gives me not the right answer. Okay, so our answer is actually D, x plus 2. We can put in negative 2 and add 2 to that, and that gives us 0. We can put in positive 1 and add 2 to it, and that gives us 3. We can say positive 5 plus 2, and that gives us 7. So when we put in all of our x values and complete the function, it gives us our f of x value. So our answer is D. Number 6 says, what is f of 3 if f of x equals 2 times x plus 1? So we're going to put in 3 for x, so 2 times 3 gives us 6, plus 1 gives us 7. So my answer is G, 7. Okay, number 7, it says the cost for renting a beach condo is $175 per night plus a deposit fee. A family rents the condos for 4 nights at a cost of $795. What is the amount of the deposit? So if we wanted to put this in y equals mx plus b form, we're looking for the b. It says plus a deposit fee, but we don't know the deposit fee yet. Okay, so we do know that it's $175 per night. That per night is the m times the x. So 175x plus b will give us our y. Okay, so it says 4 nights. That's per night. That's the x. So the 4 equals our x. So we're going to put in our 4 for our x and see what we get. Okay, so 175 times 4 gives us $700. It says that the cost of 4 nights is $795. This does not equal $795, but what we can see is that what we needed to add to this 700 to equal 795 is 95, which means in order to add to 175 times 4, we need to add 95. So our B is equal to 95. So the answer is C. That is our y-intercept, which is our deposit fee. Okay, number 8, it says, what is the domain of the relation? And it gives us these set of numbers. Remember, domain is just another name for our x values, okay, or our dependent values. Okay, so our x values, in order from least to greatest, we've got -2, 0, +1, and a +3. -2, 0, +1, and +3. So these are the numbers I'm looking for. -2, 0, 1, and 3. Our answer is answer choice A. Okay, number 9 says, a baker made cookies to fill an order for a customer. He baked some of the cookies in the morning. He then baked 75 cookies per hour for 4 hours until the order was complete. If the total number of cookies to fill the order was 500, how many cookies were baked in the morning? So we need to look back at what we're doing here. He baked some cookies in the morning. He baked 75 cookies per hour for 4 hours. So 75 cookies per hour for 4 hours. That means we are multiplying 75 times 4. It says if the total number of cookies to fill the order was 500, how many cookies were baked in the morning? So now we need to multiply 75 times 4. That gives us 300, but 300 is not equal to 500. So we need to figure out what we need to add to 300 in order to make it 500. 300 plus 200 gives me 500. So that is how many cookies they would have had to make in the morning in order to make the order 500. So my answer is H. Okay, number 10, it says, what is f of 5 if f of x equals 4x minus 2? So 4 times x, which is 5, minus 2. 4 times 5 gives me 20, and 20 minus 2 gives me 18. So D is equal to 18. Number 11 says, what is the range of the relation? The range is another word for y values. So range is equal to y values. And it's also equal to the independent values. Okay, so our range is our y's. So we want them in order from least to greatest. So negative 5 looks to be our smallest. Then negative 1. Then positive 2. And then positive 3. So our answer is negative 5, negative 1, positive 2, positive 3. Number 12, it says, adult tickets cost $5.50 each. Which equation can best be used to find the total cost, which is C, of any number of tickets, which is T? So, the adult tickets cost $5 each, or $5.50 each. So cost is equal to $5.50 times the tickets. That's like saying y is equal to $5.50 times x. So the only one that looks to be that answer is G, which is the cost is equal to $5.50 times our tickets. Okay, number 13, it says name the ordered pair for each point. A is at positive 1, positive 4. $14 is B, so it's at negative 2, negative 4. C is at negative 2, positive 2. And D is at positive 4, negative 2. Oops, positive 4, negative 2. And the way we find what coordinates we are at is you're going, the first number that is written, that's where you go over on this axis. So to get to point A, we need to go over to positive 1, which is this point, and then we need to go up to positive 4. That's how we get positive 1, positive 4. 14 says we need to go over to negative 2 first, and then down to negative 4. So over to negative 2, down to negative 4. Okay? And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow.